Welcome back to Scrap Mechanic, where I'm once again joined by Mackenzie here. It's just us on the server right now. So for once, not too much lag, which has been a bit of an issue for the past couple of episodes when we have been recording. But Mackenzie's redoing his car right now because mainly the car has 8,000 bearings. So because of that, the game was lacking out just a little bit. So he is working on that as we speak. But the theme for today will be a huge lumber car because I personally kind of want to try to build one, and I think it's going to be a fun challenge and it's going to be a great build. So that is what we are gonna do. I'm just going to try to line up all of the stuff here that we will be using for this build, just to get you guys an idea of what exactly we'll be using here. Let's see, we have our saw blades there, some more saw blades, our suspension. So let's lay down these as well. Oh, we actually have to connect these to somewhere. You know what? Just make a little platform there so you guys can actually see what we are going for. And there we are. Don't be alarmed by the fact that these look different. One of them is just simply upgraded, but it does not really matter all that much. And there we go. And then finally, we should have some switches in here as well, don't we? There they are. Perfect. So let's get these down as well. I really like to line things up like this just to make it a little bit easier to kind of see what we are working with here. We have a lot of bearings as well. We cannot really stack those, so I'm just going to keep them there for now. And the connection tool and that one, and I think that is pretty much all that we need as a starter here. So basically what we're doing today is that we will be trying to make an automated lumber car here, which can pretty much process from beginning to end without too much issue. So there we go. Let's just start by making some very simple suspension here. The reason that we are going for as simple as possible with the suspension here is simply due to the server quickly getting quite laggy in case we don't do that. So for everyone's sake, and for the fact that, you know, people should be able to play the server without it lagging out completely, we're just going to keep the suspension somewhat simple here, meaning that we just are simply going to do, let's grab this one right here, let's grab this pipe right here, fill this in with a pipe, there we go, a bearing, and that one, and another bearing, and that is going to be our wheel setup. We could have done this more complicated, but again, for lag issues, we are simply going to keep it as simple as we possibly can. We want to space out the wheels here just a bit. I feel like this is an all right distance. Actually, we could, you know what, this is great, this is great. So let's get these attached. Let's just move this up a little bit so it doesn't glitch into the ground. Whoops, we forgot our bearings over here. That's not good. So let's just get down those bearings once again. Put a bearing right there. Put a bearing right there. And put a wheel and another wheel over here. And we are done with our wheel setup. Now we can do a couple of things. First of all, we can lower this because we need to get up here. Second of all, let's get our seat in right around there. That is absolutely perfect. Now I see that we do need some more bearings, so let's go get that. We should have some in the chest in here, probably from Mackenzie's car, since we'll have just around 3,000 of these left over because of his work. But that is all good. There we go. So let's get some bearings onto that. Let's get these down. There we also go. And now, where's our controller? I put it down over here because I wanted to show you guys, and I already forgot. There. Awesome. I kind of feel like just extending out this arm once more before we put the saw blades on too there. No, just one more as well. That should do the trick. Now let's get our saw blades here. Put them onto the bearing. See, that looks very good. Why is that out of symmetry? One arm longer than the other? Yes, it is, absolutely. So let's remove that bearing. Let's put one more. Bearing down. You go there. You go there. Very good. Let's lower this. It's probably too heavy in the front right now. Yes, it absolutely is. And we also have to take care of our connections here. So we want this to be steering. Yes, sir. And we also want that one to be steering as well as that one to be steering. And let's just look at the directions here. So I do believe that these are all right, but we have to change that one and that one. There we go. That looks just fine. Now the next thing that we need to get in here is also our engine, and our engine is down here. So let's grab that. And let's see, can we get this? Oh god, this is not going to be symmetrical, and that my brain does not like that. So, you know, for simplicity, then we're going to do it like put it right there, because then we can put another engine there as soon as we need one for the blades. But for now, we don't really bother about that. It's just, oops, stupid mistake. There, let's get that up there. Then let's get the suspension back into there. Just take this apart. Very easy to do. Very easy to do. There we go. And now, bam, bearing, and you, and another bearing, and wheel bang on, and we're sorted out again. Now we just need that one there, and right click that one. We also need the engine here to just pull on the front wheels for now. Change the direction of that one, and direction of that one looks good. Perfect. What I wanted to do with the suspension here before it kind of glitched out was just to increase the stiffness of them as much as we now can. We can't really do it too much because these are, oh god, that one is actually upgraded, so maybe we want to upgrade that one soon to see what happens if we lower the suspension here. It's well stiff enough at least. There we go. So the limit is 4 bars on these level 1s. So let's just drop it down to 4, so it's 4 on all of them. And that actually does not look too bad at all. Our engine does not have any fuel, so let's just put that in there. And before we do anything else, let's just not forget to connect the driver's seat to the engine as well, so that we actually control that one. Because otherwise the car will drive all over the place. But this is looking fine. We have our saws here. That is all good. Now the thing that we want to do here is that we actually want to grab these buttons right here, or these switches. And with these switches, we're gonna put them down. Let's just put down a switch right. You know what? Let's put a switch right there because it controls both. Hello there. All right, I need you back in here. I'll just invite you. All right, there we go. So connect these two, and now the only thing that we need to do is, there we go. So we need to extend that one to 30. I think it's 30 at least. It might be minus 30, but we'll have to see. And this one to minus 30 as well. So now, if we connect this one to the driver's seat, and we press 1, there we go. And our switches will turn out. What we can do now is we can go and we can huck a tree basically. And once we do so, we will actually be able to sort of, you know, get the tree stuck in here, and we can grind it down without having to worry about the tree going all over the place and stuff, because we'll keep it sort of simple there, and we'll lug it in place to make sure that, you know, it doesn't slide out of the car, or the car sort of bounces off of the tree, because it seems to happen. So as you can see here right now, but basically the arms can now move out, and we can go over here into the tree. Let's just give this a test just so you guys can see what this can do. And let's start braking here before we get too close. Let's make this go around the tree. There we go. As you can see, that is now hugging it right there. And then connect this to the engine. And this is a very stupid way to do it, so we need an engine in here quite quickly. But as you can see, this actually cuts it very nicely, and we are just locked on the tree here, so we can just keep cutting, keep cutting, keep cutting. And now the tree falls over. But we want to fix that. You know what? Let's make an engine immediately so we can fix this issue. I'm thinking that we maybe go for an electric engine. Oh crap, we do not have enough items to do so. Maybe we have a spare engine in here? No, we don't. So we definitely need some more component kits to get an engine later on. But for now, it's all right. I'm going to take 2 of these pistons because we need the pistons for the second setup. And I'll show you guys what the second setup is here, because as you saw over there, when the tree falls, the tree just kind of lies down, and then it's going to be hard for our blades to do anything. But we can actually do something about this, and we can make a very nice little setup here that we are going to see if we can implement down through here. So if I cut a hole into this build right there, and then we drag out these, there we go. And now all we have to do is build a couple of arms. Actually, we have to extend these out here. And then if we just create an arm right there, and we create an arm right here. Bam, 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 bam. That was very wrong. We need to go over here. Perfection. And I'll show Mackenzie this in just a second once I have this set up. But this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Now we just need to make a hole in here so that this can go down. There we go. Oops. That's not what we wanted. That is what we wanted on the other hand though. And now, let's get a couple bearings going here once more. Let's get the saw blades going here. Get a saw blade down and another saw blade down. And get those in there. So what we want to do with this is that we now want another switch.
Dilemma here.
Another button. There we go. So now we have, oh god, we still have to upgrade the seat. I keep forgetting that. But what we can do, we can always get off and use this button. But right now we have our basic setup. The only thing that we need to do right now is just to lift this creation up. Oops. There we go. I think I just took a chunk out there by accident. I absolutely did. So let's do that. Very nice. And the only thing we need to do now is just simply to create a sort of funnel here where the lumber can sort of go into when we have harvested it. It's not a funnel per se, but we just kind of want some blocks here that make sure that the wood goes down there in a line. But let me just show you what this is all about. We have a lot of lumber here because I've tested this before, but we don't really need that right now. So we have the saws here on the back. We have the saws here on the back, and there is our tree that we need to make sure that we actually make into some proper logs. And I kind of found the first problem here now because that thing is a bit too high right now. So maybe hoping that we can get it from the other side.
If not, how do we get one?
Yeah, get one what?
Paint gun.
Oh, I actually do not know, but I'm really wanting to get that because it would be so cool if we would be able to paint our stuff.
It would, wouldn't it?
As in, I really believe that we need that. Alright, so slight problem here because we definitely need to lift the car a bit. Luckily though, that is a very, very easy fix. The way that we're going to do this is that we are simply going to, let's see, lift our creation here once more. We might have to work a little bit with the suspension here. Let's see. Yep, we do. So how much higher do we need it? Actually, we can just lower these as well. There we go. And just redo all of this, and then we will put it back together. And all we need to do now is just bam, slap our wheels back on here, and this thing is good to go once more. We do still need to connect all of that stuff. Let's just connect the engines as well immediately. There we go. This one has to rotate the right way, and that is looking good. Let's rotate these. We have to do one thing once again though, and that is crank up these bad boys all the way up so we actually get some lift onto the car. There we go. And this one was 4, just so that they're all even. Ooh, I actually think the funnel that we created here is just a bit too tight, a bit too narrow. So you know what, it's not that necessary. Look at that. Would you look at that? We're actually getting over it. So the only thing we have to do now is just to simply connect these blades to the engine once more. And there we go. And there we go. And watch this. We can now slowly and steadily just saw this up. And you might notice that we're not really hitting it down here right now. Lower your blades and continue. And you see that? We can slowly and steadily here grind up the wood as we need to. There we go. The only thing about this right now is that we need the pistons to be able to extend one further down in order to efficiently get all of the wood. We can't really do that now though, which is an issue, but we are able to quite efficiently grind down all of the trees here as we go by them. There, that is some more wood. I do believe that we may be, oh yep, we may be hitting some of them. If you want to be really try hard about it, bam, let's go ahead and drop that suspension down here in the rear. We can actually, you know, maybe what if we lower it to just 1? What if we lower it to 1? Let's see what happens. And one for you as well. Maybe we can drive it like this. Because that way we can also refine the last of the wood down here, I believe. Oh, maybe. Yep, definitely looks like we are doing. Yep, there we go. So that is actually the trick to it. If you're like me, you know, still a bit poor, well then this might be the trick for you. So let's just keep going here. We are burning through our fuel here heavily, but a pretty decent setup. And as you can see, we aren't even so much locked behind. So it's definitely working. The only thing we need to do now is just simply to have a collector here as well to actually be able to pick up all the wood. Very nice, very nice. Oh, we're actually getting a lot of wood in here right now. So I think that's kind of all we need for this vehicle for now. We can now slowly just farm our wood on the go all the time. This thing might need to just be adjusted a little bit, you know, just to make it a bit more pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and do that off the screen here, and I'll probably just leave the final result in the thumbnail for you guys to see, and we'll be able to catch it in the next episode. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys can use this build. If you can, don't forget to subscribe, homies, because there will be a lot of scrap mechanic coming out in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.